Hi, this is Rose and Caitlin here to map out China's life. To begin with, let's give a quick overview of China. In China's west, the landscape consists of mountains, high plateaus, and deserts, whereas in the central and east area, the land is mainly plains and deltas. Some geographic features include the Himalayas, Gobi Desert, Yellow River, and Yangtze River. According to a report from the Australian Government Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, China's population as of 2017 is approximately 1.39 billion. The ethnicity breakup of this is Han Chinese, which is the large majority, Zhuang, and a range of other nationalities as listed below. Here are China's GDP stats for 2018. In terms of religion, China is quite diverse, however over half the population is atheist. Other religions that are popular include Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, folk religion, Hinduism, and Judaism. China has a rich history spanning many dynasties across thousands of years. The Tang dynasty in particular was a time of great invention and technological advance. One of China's most important inventions was the Silk Road, which was the world's longest and most historically important trade road on land. The Silk Road made trading possible and accessible between Europe and the Far East. Other key Chinese inventions include tea production, bronze, the seed drill, iron smelting, row crop farming, paper making, porcelain, paper money, movable type printing, gunpowder, and the compass. China's level of technology has always been ahead of its time as just shown. An example of where they're currently ahead is the fact that they've got 5G internet speed, whereas Australia still only has a 4G. Here are some of China's main natural resources. Whilst Chinese timber is used in large amounts for the furniture industry, it was shocking to find out that according to China's Environment Ministry, the use of disposable chopsticks uses up to 1.3 million cubic meters of timber a year. China's principal export destinations are the United States, Hong Kong, and Japan, with Australia coming in at number 14. Whereas China's principal import sources are the Republic of Korea, Japan, and Taiwan, with Australia coming in at number 7. China has free trade agreements with the following countries. A free trade agreement makes it a lot easier for countries to import and export with each other, as it's a treaty between two or more countries that eliminates trade barriers. China is also part of the ASEAN Plus 3, which is the association of Southeast Asian nations, plus the Big Three, China, Japan, and South Korea. China's score for power distance demonstrates that they're quite a classless country that don't prioritise equity as much as others. China's lowest score is for individualism, meaning that they prefer to just follow the crowd than stand out. China is a masculine society, which means that they're success-oriented and driven. Many will make the decision to sacrifice family and leisure in order to prioritise work. China scoring 30 for uncertainty avoidance shows that they're comfortable with ambiguity and adapting to change. China score highly in long-term orientation, which means that they're big on long-term investment. They value quality and longevity, for example purchasing investment properties. And China score quite low for indulgence, as many people don't allow themselves time for leisure. Instead, they indulge more in education and goods to support their family for the future. Whilst China used to be strong in P time, they've developed to become a bit more M time. China is also a high context culture, meaning that communication is frequently indirect and requires a deep understanding of the culture. As China is a male-dominated country, when negotiating, if a female is presenting or leading a negotiation, her position must be inflated in order to show authority and demand respect from the Chinese. It's also common for businesses to offer a gift to show thanks and to establish a trusting relationship. However, a cultural elective is to refuse a gift several times before then accepting it. A cultural imperative is to ensure that you never cause a Chinese person to lose face, meaning you should never openly criticize or embarrass them. A cultural exclusive in China is that when it comes to family business, parental decisions and politics, outsiders shouldn't participate in the discussion. The Communist Party government allows for open discussion about policy decisions, but all members of the government are required to uphold collective decisions once a vote is made. China's legal system is primarily based on civil or code law. China adopted a new advertising law in September 2015 which imposes stricter controls on advertisers wanting to promote their goods or services in China. One of the rules of this is that advertisers cannot use extreme words such as superlatives. China's corruption score and ranking demonstrate that they're fairly corrupt as a country. Because China is a communist country, domestication is a big risk when wanting to bring your business there. However, if a brand wanted to, they are able to use domestication as a bargaining device, so they can minimise their tax if they domesticate their business. Nationalism is also another political risk in China. In terms of Australia's current relationship with China, wine companies have faced extra scrutiny at Chinese ports amid the diplomatic row, and food exporters have been told by Chinese distributors that Australian products will be slower to clear through customs. Another political risk is regional tensions. For example, China's relationship with Japan is difficult at times due to historical grievances and territory disputes over the Diaoyu and Senkaku Islands. Tensions like this can be disruptive for businesses. China is known for having many counterfeit products, which can pose a threat to brands, particularly luxury brands, as it can damage the brand reputation. The TCF industry in China is the largest in the world in both overall production and exports. It has been a popular place for brands to manufacture their products. However, with labour costs rising, brands are trying to find cheaper alternatives in countries like Bangladesh.